Hey, Sean here with IQ Barbecue, and today we're making something you would not expect us to really be making on this channel, and that is a completely plant-based vegan burger, where we're going to put our twist on it and make it incredible, and you're going to be able to make this from start to finish in just over 5 minutes. Stay tuned. Okay, so let's get right into it, because again, we only have about 5 minutes to make this. We're going to put a lot of ingredients in there. We're going to do a lot of things that are signature to this channel to make it even better and take it to that next level. Something you come to expect with IQ Barbecue. Let's get into this. And we're going to start today with our beans. We're going to start with both black beans and kidney beans. We've drained both, we've rinsed the excess starch off of both, and then we've put them flat in just a low-rimmed baking dish, or even a cookie sheet is fine. So now the next thing we're going to do, because I find most vegan burgers have an issue with they're really wet inside, or they're just so dry they just fall apart and crumble. We're going to put these on the grill today. And so we got to make sure that we can have these stay together. So the first thing we need to do is get rid of a little bit of moisture. We're going to take these beans, we're going to put them in the smoke fire at 275 degrees Fahrenheit, just about 15 minutes. Let those beans dry out, get rid of some of that moisture, and move on to our next step. About a half a red onion. We're going to take this red onion, we're going to chop it up, and just a rough chop is fine. I always think with vegan burgers, texture is always the issue. It's not necessarily taste, it's generally texture. Go back the other way. Okay, so we have a saucepan on medium heat. We're going to add some avocado oil to it, and we're going to add our onions to that pan. Starting to get a little bit of color on them, we're going to add some garlic. Going to add a little bit of vegan soy sauce. Obviously, salt and pepper. Let's mix that together. We don't want these fully cooked. We just want to get some color on them. Okay, last thing in the dish, our mushrooms. So we're going to use shiitake mushrooms today. You can use shiitake mushrooms. You can use oyster mushrooms. I would use one of those two. They have longer fibers than, let's say, a button mushroom. These also don't give off nearly as much liquid. In fact, they actually absorb liquid, and that's what you want in a, really in a plant-based burger. So we're going to have about a half a cup here. And again, we're going to just do a rough chop on them, because we want to have size and texture to this burger. We don't want small pieces in here. And now we're going to take those mushrooms and add them to our onion mixture. And we'll let this continue to cook just for another maybe 30 seconds. Okay, and this is exactly what we're looking for. These are done. Set that aside. Our beans are out of the smoker. And so again, this is what they should look like. A little drier, maybe some split open a little bit, which is perfect. We're going to add these into a separate bowl. Now we're going to add about a quarter cup of just regular breadcrumbs, about a quarter cup finely chopped walnuts, about 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, some smoked paprika, some cumin, a little bit of parsley. And you can see very rough chops on these. I'm not cutting this down to very small pieces because there's simply no reason to. You want to have some larger chunks in there to give you that texture, because again, so many vegan burgers are just so mashed and minced up that you don't get that texture, and I'd rather have that kind of bite and that crunchiness. So now we have this in a bowl. We're going to go back to our onions here and our mushrooms. We're going to add that to this mixture. Pan out so you can see it. Okay, and we're going to mix this all together. And you can see what this looks like. Just so much better looking than your typical vegan burger. We're going to mix this all together. Okay, now let's form our patties. I'm going to take a handful, and this should probably make, I'd say, 4 patties. And the great thing about this is you can grill these, which a lot of vegan burgers you cannot. And remember, there's no animal fat in here. So when you're doing this, remember, make your patties the same size essentially as your buns, because they're not going to shrink. But look at that patty compared to a typical vegan burger. I mean, this looks so much better. This is oh so fresh too. I mean, you can just smell this. It just smells so fresh. Look at these and look at your typical vegan burger and look at the difference. It's just day and night. We're gonna get these on the Weber smoke fire. It's at 500 degrees. We're gonna get, remember, these are cooked, so we're just gonna get a little bit of color on them, put our buns as well. We're just using a regular potato bun, and we'll start building this. Okay, and remember, we're only gonna have these on here for a few minutes on each side, just to get a little bit of color. We'll put the buns in there as well. We'll heat those up, and we're gonna build. Okay, let's build it. So we'll start with the bottom bun. We're gonna add a little bit of brown mustard. And a piece of a tomato apparently. Can add some lettuce. Now add our patty. Wow, look how good that looks. I mean, tell me that doesn't look better than your typical vegan burger. To compare this, here is a vegan burger we bought at the grocery store, frozen, then thawed it out. How does that look like that? It looks nothing alike. This thing's got a big piece of oats in it. It's rock hard, it's dry. I can break it apart. I mean, does that look good to you? No. This is not what a burger should look like. This is how your burger should look. I went ahead and fire roasted some tomatoes and garlic earlier today. I thought I'd just add these to it because I thought it would just add another little flavor to it. And that looks really cool as well and add some color. But I am also gonna add a couple tomato slices on there as well. Now, top bun, we're gonna go ahead and add some chickpea mayonnaise. Remember, keeping with that plant-based theme, you know, kind of the theme what we're doing today. I'm gonna put a little bit of sriracha sauce on there as well. And we can stop right here because that burger looks incredible the way it is. And now we're gonna do one last thing to take it over the top, and that is add some smoked plant-based or nut cheese to this as a sauce. Look how good that melted. It actually melted much better than I thought it was going to. We're gonna take that, we're just gonna spoon that right on the top like so. A little bit going the other way. Ooey goodness of the cheese sauce. Boom. And there is IQ Barbecue's version of the plant-based vegan burger. This thing just looks unbelievable. It doesn't taste good. So let's taste it, see how this came out. That looks really good and really juicy. Even with the typical plant-based burgers are not going to be. This has a lot of juice here in the burger patty. You can see the onions, you can see pieces of garlic, parsley. You can really tell the black beans, everything is nice and coarse and larger pieces, which exactly is what we want. But let's give it a taste here. It's gonna be messy, but. That is messy, and that is unbelievable. Now guys, I know we don't typically make this type of burger, but if we can show you some ways to jazz it up a little bit, like putting the black beans and the kidney beans in the smoker, drying them out a little bit, also getting some smoke on them and giving them some more flavor. Also putting the nut cheese inside of the smoker as well, letting it melt down slowly, getting some more smoke on it. All of those things, just again, different layers of flavor that are not gonna be in a standard plant-based burger. Saw the version of the burger we bought at the grocery store. It looks horrific compared to this. And this you can have, and everyone, whether vegan or not, will love this burger. And so this is something you can absolutely do quickly for your family, for a lunch or a dinner. Perfect. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and make sure you comment down below and give us suggestions of more videos you'd like us to see, because this burger was a suggestion from our Instagram followers. So make sure you do that and let us know, because that's how we get all of our inspiration. I hope you liked this video. If you did, like the video, subscribe to our channel, and make sure you hit that post notification bell so you get notified whenever we put out a new video, which is every Thursday. Also, remember to follow us on our other social media channels like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And remember, with IQ Barbecue, everyone can be a genius in the kitchen. I'm gonna finish off this vegan burger. Have a great rest of your